Welcome. If you're watching this, you're ready to take your first real step into the sacred art of Kymia. Think of this explainer as your foundational lesson, the very beginning of understanding the power that flows not just through the universe, but through you. All right, let's dive in. And this one idea, it's the key to absolutely everything we're about to cover. See, Kymia isn't about brute force, it's an art. It's about harmony and resonance. Your tools, your body, your very spirit, they all have to be in perfect tune with the cosmos to create real, true magic. So let's start with the most important question of all. What exactly are we talking about when we use the word Kymia? Now pay close attention to the wording here. It's about forging connections, not controlling things. A true practitioner doesn't just boss energy around, they form sacred relationships. They're acting as a channel for a divine will that's already there, working inside this grand cosmic design. In that grand design, it has a name. It's called the Tree of Life, or the Sephirot. This is the literal blueprint of all reality. It's the framework that explains how pure, divine thought eventually becomes the physical world around us. I want you to picture it like a divine waterfall, okay? Right at the very top, you've got Kater, the crown. That's the limitless, pure potential of the creator. From there, that potential flows down into Chakma, or wisdom, which is where the first tiny spark of an idea forms. And then it keeps flowing all the way down to the bottom to Malkuth, the kingdom. That's our physical world, where that idea finally becomes real. Every single act of Kymia follows this exact path. Okay, so how does a practitioner actually interact with this cosmic flow? Well, you need instruments. Think of them as extensions of your own will, consecrated and perfectly tuned to the universe. So the most important thing to get here is how different these two tools are. The wand is all about calling in. It's a gentle channel for blessings and creation. The athame, which is a ritual blade, is for directing and defining. You use that to command, to sever spiritual ties you don't want, and to draw the hard line of a sacred circle. Basically, one invites and the other asserts. And this is where it gets really fascinating. A wand isn't just a random stick. It's a partner, a symbiotic one. The mix of its wood and its core creates a unique personality. A down-to-earth maple wand with a subtle unicorn hair core is a whole different beast from a demanding acacia wood with a flashy dragon heartstring inside. The wand chooses the practitioner based on this perfect resonance. But here's the thing. Even the most incredible wand is useless without a power source. And that source isn't floating around out there in space. It's inside you. This right here is a fundamental truth of Kymia. Your body isn't separate from the universe. It's a perfect, tiny reflection of it. You literally contain the same energies and patterns as the cosmos itself. And the pathways for all that energy? Those are your spirit circuits. The best way to think of them is like the spiritual nervous system for your soul. They're what connect you to that universal power source and channel it through you. The health of these circuits is everything. It determines how clear and strong your Kymia is. And that root circuit, the one at the base of your spine, it's absolutely vital. It's your anchor to physical reality. This is exactly why spiritual maintenance, things like meditation, purification, just living in alignment with the cosmic order, is completely non-negotiable. If your circuits get blocked from neglect or misuse, the effects are, well, they're profound. It's not just about your magic fizzling out, it's a deep spiritual sickness. And think about it, how can you expect to form a contract with a pure being if your own channel is polluted? So, once your inner channels are clear and humming, then you can start to engage with the other beings on the spiritual web. And this is where Kymia really gets into the art of alliance building. Let's be crystal clear about this. These contracts are not about enslavement. They are sacred pacts. They are partnerships built on mutual respect and benefit. You offer devotion or service, and in return, the entity offers its power or guidance, all in service to that grand cosmic order. So, at the first couple of levels, you're engaging with what you might call the caretakers of the physical world. We're talking about elemental spirits, nature spirits, that look after a particular forest or river. Their focus is local, and making a pact with them is usually about showing respect and helping them keep the balance of nature. But then you move up to Tier 3, and you're dealing with beings on a whole different scale, archangels and spirit lords. These are seriously powerful, intelligent beings who oversee huge concepts like wisdom or justice for entire realms. A contract here is a huge deal. It demands a much bigger commitment and can lead to major blessings or even direct intervention in world events. And finally, at the very top tier, you have the elders, beings like Zenith and Alethea. These beings aren't just powerful, they are direct emanations of the Creator, embodying the fundamental principles of reality itself: order, creation, mercy. Making a pact here isn't just a commitment, it's dedicating your entire existence to serving their cosmic purpose. And as you can see on this chart, the price of that power escalates a lot. A pact with a Tier 1 or 2 spirit, they might ask for some simple offerings, pretty low demands. A Tier 3 pact, though, is going to require serious devotion, maybe even quests that serve the greater good. But a Tier 4 contract? That requires everything. It demands your absolute total alignment with their cosmic principle. The power is beyond imagination, but the cost is your entire being. And all of that brings us to the final and, frankly, the most important part of this whole lesson. Every single act of Kymia, big or small, involves a choice. When you boil it all down, the universe is built on this fundamental duality. You've got Zenith, which represents the Creator's will for order, creation, and light. And on the other side, you have the harrowing, the principle of chaos, unmaking, and darkness. Pure Kymia, by its very definition, always aligns with Zenith. And because of that, certain practices are just forbidden, completely off the table. To twist the cycle of life and death with necromancy, to parasitically drain another's soul, to destroy just for the sake of destroying, these aren't just different styles of magic. They are acts of cosmic treason that align you with the harrowing and will eventually rot your own spirit from the inside out.
And that's really the ultimate lesson here. Kymia offers you immense power, but that power is completely inseparable from responsibility. Every spell you cast, every pact you consider, it's a statement. It's you declaring where you stand in the grand scheme of things. The path of light demands discipline, humility, and service. The other path, it offers shortcuts, sure, but its price is your very soul. The choice is always yours.